Good evening, race fans. Welcome into Turfway Park for our wonderful Friday evening of racing. Got a lot going on at the track tonight. We have a TV giveaway. The Naked Karate Girls are here. They'll be rocking the stage all night, doing some stuff for the kids as well. A lot of giveaways with that. Also, the TV giveaway, dollar night, dollar beers, dollar dogs, and $1 bets. And, of course, 8 great horse races here on this Friday card. Now, Mother Nature wasn't really kind to us the last couple of days here, but the temperatures warmed up, and I'm ready. I know you're ready.
It should be fine tonight, right?
Yeah, should be fine. And the track's in good shape. Of course, the poly track is fast. Temperature just about 30 degrees and seems to be warming up here in the next few days in Florence. So we'll get right into the race action. First race starts our pick 5. It's a 50-cent pick 5. Every night here at the track. It starts in race 1, 50-cent base bet. And in the opener, we lost the scratch there, number 4, Villa Savina. But how'd you see this race, Dan?
Well, I thought it depending on your budget, you could use maybe 2 of them, up to 4 of them, somewhere in there. I like the 2 Bella Cristina the best. Do I think she's a cinch? No. But I think the pace, the fact that she should be 1-2 all the way around, and if they can time it right. And the problem is going a mile, when you draw the 1 or 2 hole, if the rider doesn't get off that fence, you're in trouble. You know, because then they're just going to run all the way around in a circle in the quicksand, and then you're in deep trouble. So that's what scares me about the 2. You know, will Machado be able to work his way off that fence? But I think the 1, Layla Charm's got a shot. I think War Eagles Love, the 7's got a shot. And Fun Sucker would kind of be my extra horse if I wanted to go to 4 deep in the pick 5. But I do like the 2 a little bit, but I don't really like the race much. And, you know, the 7, I don't know what to do with the 7, that gigantic class dropper with Hisby. So it's like, well, if it was 30 to 1, it's an easy throw in.
Right.
But at 3 to 1, I don't know if I want to use the horse too much at 3 to 1.
I'm like you. I have the same horse picked on top, and I thought the same. I thought it was a very wide open race. And I went for number 2, Bella Cristina, as my top pick for all the same reasons you spoke on. And for second, I did throw in Fun Sucker. I wasn't quite sure how the pace scenario was going to set up. I know Bella Cristina has a little bit of speed, come catch me, but I thought Fun Sucker might have been the speed of the speed. I don't know if the 5 would go with him. You know, De Leon's not really known to be a speed rider,
right.
So I just thought Fun Sucker may be able to go the lead, and if not press too much, hang around for a little bit of it. Now, that last race at Mahoney wasn't very good, but that track is very, very deep up there. You go back to the Turfway races, the horses win in a second from 2 starts over the poly. I'm going to take a shot. And then for third, I did go for the 7, War Eagles Love, just because of the class drop, second off the layoff. And, you know, Senior Hisby is up for Tim Wilson. 2, 6, 7. My advice in the pick 5, if you're betting here, is probably to spread. Now, you have a ticket online. This is a spread race for you?
Yeah, 1, 2, 7 if you're trying to stay around that $100 budget or under. If you want to bet a bigger ticket, I'd add the 6. That's kind of what I'd do.
There you go. And, of course, you can find Dan's picks on FBG.mobile.com.
Yes.
Every night for Turfway Park, his picks are free. And I've been doing very well here at the meeting. You want to go ahead and take a look at that. And if you like it, go ahead and subscribe. He offers a lot of other tracks as well. But Turfway is free every day. Now, the second race, it's another multi-race wager. The pick 4 starts here, just 14% takeout on that pick 4. We have 2 of those every night here at the track, races 2 and 5. And race 5 that ends the pick 4, the pick 5, it's a good quality stake race. It starts, so we do have a good race to go through tonight in this multi-race sequence. And race 2 is a filly and mare, 2 cents a day claimant event to go a mile. And I thought just a couple of horses could win this race. But number 7, Native Wonder, is my top pick. She's a 7-year-old daughter of Tis Wonderful, racing for Poindexter and Ackerman. Now, she was second beaten 3 lengths last start in the same kind of condition. Figueroa has the return call. I think he left her with a little too much to do last start. Now, in this field, there's not a lot of pace. I expect her to be a little closer. I don't think she's going to be, mid-pack like she was last time. And Liberty Fires, won a couple of races here at the meet. We'll see her next week in a starter allowance here. So, number 7, Native Wonder, my top pick for those reasons. Then I'm going to go for 2-for-1 angle with the entry, Allie Grace and Tis Beauty. I think either one of those 2 could be, in the mix. I'm going to go 2-for-1 there. And then Too Cool, win at Turfway a couple of starts back here on opening night. And this is one that does need pace. And she'll be rolling from the clouds, but I don't know if there's enough pace for her to get up, but I think she can be on the ticket.
No, I agree. When I first constructed my ticket and I was trying to keep the budget small, it was 1 and 7. And then the more I looked at the race, I was like, well, if I can go small in the 4th race, maybe I can get a couple more in here. So the smaller players, I can completely understand just taking 1 and 7. And then your ticket's really only going to be 20 or 30 bucks, and you can keep it pretty light.
Right.
But my ticket, I got 1, 2, 4, 6, and 7.
I think those are the horses, yeah.
Yeah, 1, 2, 4, 6, and 7. Now, of course, I'm trying to stay about 100, so it's a little bit different there. But completely, I got guys betting $500 tickets. I got guys betting $10 tickets. So I try to keep it kind of in the middle there for everybody.
That gives them a good idea and a good,
Yeah.
good base to, kind of see what you thought. Maybe, if they like some of the same horses, they can shorten up in a race you may have shortened up, or
Right.
maybe can add something. If they're single in a race and they, like you're saying in here, 4 and 6, they might not have got to it, but it now allows them to spread on out. So we're going to go 7, 1, 2 in here, and he's going to throw in the 4 and 6 also in the pick 4, and that's a 50-cent base bet. Now, race 3 at the track is a condition claimer for 4 and ups who have not won a race in the last calendar year, and they'll go 1 mile in race 3. No changes at this time in race 3. I found this race kind of interesting just because there's a couple of horses that have pretty decent form that I like in this race. Then there's a couple question marks with some droppers, but because of their connections in their back class, I had to take a shot and use them. I took both of the droppers, and I see
same thing.
Yeah.
Same 3. That's what I mean. I was like, well, what about the 9? He's got a chance, and the 8. And then I started, well, whoa, what about the 5?
Right.
Look at this dropper. And the 7. Whoa, the 7's a big dropper. Now what? And then the 2 obviously just ran a real bang-up race last start. Ultimately, I think one of those 3
Yeah,
have
and
to win.
he's even kind of dropping. He was in a 2 of the year back in a 1 of the years. So,
Right.
and Big Kick is a 10-year-old. He hasn't won here, but he's won 13 times in his career. Made just shy of $500,000. So he was in last week, and Kim Hammond had him in a part of an entry and scratched and opted for this race. Of course, the horse she left in did win. And anytime she goes to Rodney, she's live. So Big Kick for those reasons, my top pick. And like you said, the 7 approved this message. Now, which approved this message do we get? If we get, I think any of those races on his form, if he can repeat those races in this kind of class level, puts him right there.
Yep.
And 48 Flat Racing and Randy Hafner always do well. 4 to 1, that's a pretty good price. Now, second start in 15 months, so the horse should improve off that layoff. Not coming back all that quickly. Has about, just about 3 weeks rest. So approve this message for that reason. I'm putting second. And then Red Hot Warrior, like you said, the best of the rest, but he could win.
Yeah, the 7, the horse that beat the 7 would be 1 and 9 in here.
Yeah, he's
Right.
won 2 or 3 in a row.
I mean,
here,
and just ran off and went. So it's hard to judge the first race back after that long layoff for the 7 because the lone leader just ran away and went so easy. So, he chased for a while, got tired. He expected to get tired. Now, going from 16 to 5 is just night and day. So we don't know what we're going to get. The rider's still 0 for the meet again. So what do we – I don't know. I mean, that's why I'm taking 3 of them. There's no way I can single to 7.
Right.
Off that kind of a layoff and just an average type race. But, the 2 cliff droppers, the 5 and 7 to me, and then the safe pick is the 2. And when you look at Red Hot Warriors back class, I mean, that one's even got some back class, like you said. I mean, these 70s and 78 buyer numbers. I mean, if he runs
fits
something
here.
like that, that's going to win.
What about another horse in here? Maybe, if a guy goes short in the next race or even singles in the stake or goes, just a couple of horses. I mean, you could probably throw in the 3 Mr. Hare. I mean, he's logical.
Yeah, he'll try to come flying late and try to nail him on the wire.
But other than those 4, I don't think you got to use anybody else in there. I think we have it
I
pretty
tried to make a case for the
Everybody-
9.
yeah,
I
I did
tried.
too.
There's too many other long shots in the other races I think got a chance. I just don't think Copus is
Right.
ready to run with these class droppers.
Yeah, I was the same way. And, he has just enough speed, and there's just enough speed to the inside of him. I'm afraid with that outside draw and run the first turn, he's going to be in hot dog land. So.
Yep.
All right, so 5-7-2 for me, 5-2-7 for Dan. And now coming up in race 4. Now we got a couple of things we've added to our show here at the meeting. And every night here at the track when the odds couple are on, we're going to give out a best bet and also a long shot play of the day. And we'll keep track of those and let you know how we're doing. But tonight we've each picked a best bet and we've each picked a long shot. And in race 4, coming up is my best bet of the night, number 12, Channel Princess. Now, Channel Princess, my best bet of the night in race 4. Now, she's drawn the 12 hole, but I don't mind that much. But what I like, she's a daughter of English Channel. They love the Poly. and she's a full sister to a horse named Channel Cat, who's a multiple stake winner, graded stake winner, and this horse I think will benefit from the increase in distance. And you'll see she came out of the race with Dreamboat Anna, who's I think third choice in the stake event coming up tonight, and Stellar Stiletto, who came back and wins. So she kept good company and finished a respectable fourth on debut, and she's stretching out, been working very well, and at 5-1, I think she's worth a play tonight. My best bet here in race number 4. Now we'll get to the rest of the others in the race. We'll get to our other picks in here. After her, I'm going to use number 6, Bye Bye Bully, second, last start against New Rue, and New Rue is a good horse from the Drury Barn. And then I'm going to go for number 3, Call Me Fancy. Now this one is coming in from Gulfstream, Ramsey, Maker, Rodney. Lost all chance at the last start. How do you go against them? 12-6-3 for me.
Same 3 again in another wide open race without even talking. I just thought because of the 12 hole, I was nervous about that.
I can see that.
And I think that the 12 is going to take money. I don't see 5-1. Now, if you get 5-1, that's great. I mean, that's a heck of a price. But I just don't think that's going to hold. I think the Maker's going to take money. The 3, I think the 12 is going to take money. And I think the horse that might be the overlay, and I could be wrong, I think the 6, Bye Bye Bully, is going to be every bit of 4-1 because of the Burke factor. People around here do not run to this rider and bet. So I think we might be able to get a solid 4 to 5-1. And
well, she was second, beating 2 lengths to a horse I think you like a lot in the stake, right?
I like New Rue a lot, yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of as soon as I saw New Rue, I went back and watched to make sure that I saw what I saw. And yeah, Bye Bye Bully. That obviously the 12, if the horse improves and loves the distance, can obviously win. The 3 is just a complete guess, right?
Me too.
We're both just guessing.
Well, connections and breeding.
Yeah, the connections, the breeding, the Ken and Sarah Ramsey, the good post. So that's pretty obvious there. But I think 4-1 on the 6 or 5-1 on the 12, if you could lock them in, are solid prices.
All right, there you have it. That's the first 4 races here on this Rockin' Friday card. That takes us to race number 5. This is the 37th edition of the Cincinnati Trophy. It's a filly 3-year-old stake event to go 6.5 as we start off our filly 3-year-old stake season here. Ultimately, these horses hope to stretch out and show up here on Ruby Day in the Bourbonnais Elks. And of course, don't forget the Jeff Ruby Day is on March 9th, Saturday, March 9th. Tickets on sale, and they're selling out very quickly. You want to contact 859-371-0200 for more information for Ruby Day tickets March 9th here at the track. So now, 5th race, 37th edition, good quality stake race. We do have a couple of scratches in there. Numbers 9, 11, 12, 13, and the Maker horse draws in from the outside. How'd you see this race, Dan?
I really like New Rue. I just think 5-1 is going to, and I think you're going to get every bit of 4 or 5-1 because the money's going to come in on the 4 Iva at 2-1. I think the money's going to come in on the Maker that drew in Dreamboat Anna is going to probably be in the 8-5, 2-1 range too. So I think New Rue's going to be kind of that lonely third choice that just drifts around at that 4-1 area. And going 6.5, when I see the 14's all about speed, the 4's all about speed, I know that this pace is going to be hot. So with that in mind, Workaholic's pretty fast too, the 5.
Right.
They're going to go. I'm hoping that Franklin sits about 4th in that death hold. Don't let this horse go till you turn for home. Get to the outside and just sail down the crown of that track. And I'm hoping for a $10 winner. I really like New Rue today.
Yeah, it does set up the pace scenario, could possibly set up, like you said, for her. And, that kind of fits into Malcolm's wheelhouse. That's kind of his MO. He likes to stalk the pace, and probably down the lane he's the strongest rider here at the track, no question. And so if that horse needs any help down the lane, Malcolm sure will give it to her. I end up going for Wesley on top with number 4, Iva. This horse, she won on debut at Indiana. And it was an okay race, and she came back and crushed the field, but that was at Belterra. She's supposed to do that. But
I could have ran second that race.
Right. You probably could have rode her in one. But I just thought maybe that was a confidence builder because you'll see the next start they take her to Gulfstream where she showed up in a stake, a debut, and she made all the pace with second, beating 2 lengths. I don't think she necessarily has to have the lead, but, she is drawn to the inside, and, if you're there, what are you going to do? You can't give it up, especially in a stake race.
Garcia's rode 5 horses, and he's rode all 5 of them the same way, and I went back and watched to make sure I wasn't nuts. I mean, he death strangled all 5 of them. I mean, pure speed horses.
So if he's listening in the jocks room right now, what
Might
would
want
you
to
tell
let one of them run.
him? Let him go early?
I mean, it's Turfway. Let them run. You know, I mean, you got a dead speed horse and you're choke. Let them go. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, and well, she's the daughter of Scat Daddy. You know, I think she's got, she's proven on the turf. She's proven on the, the
I mean,
dirt.
Is she going to outfinish somebody in the last half of furlong if they're head and head?
I don't know.
There's no way.
I don't know. She's been
5 furlongs, 6 furlongs, month and a half layoff. This is 6.5. She
I
better
gotcha.
be clear in the lane if she's going to win.
Well, there you go, Julio. Dan's got the instructions for you. So I'm using the U on top, and then I'm going for the 6 New Rue. All the same reasons Danny said. And then for third, I'm going to use the horse for the far outside draw, Dreamboat Anna. She was very impressive on debut, highly touted. Then she came back on the stretch out and was a little bit keyed up early for Rodney. She was really ranked, but that was the race where the Mackham Bullet was in there. Nobody was beating her that day. She was exiting a 6th place finish, beating just about 7 or 8 lengths in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf, and she romped that day. And I think this horse, she just had too much to do on the front end and on that stretch out. But on the turn back, I like her a little bit. She's drawn to the outside, though. 4-6-14 for me.
What do you think Rodney will do?
Rodney's going.
So he's going to send and try to outbreak the 4?
I think I think he's going to go.
And
I don't know if he'll get in front of him, but
Well,
he'll be up and after the pace.
And that just, I'm glad to hear that.
That sets it up for your 6.
That sets it up for my
Right.
6 because the 5's going to go. The 5's gone. That horse is not going to sit back. I mean, if he's good enough, if that filly's good enough, she's going to be right up on that pace. So you got the 4-14, maybe just outbreak the 5 a little bit. You got the 6 sitting right there. Is there anybody else? I mean,
Well,
I tried.
that's
to
what I was
find
gonna
a long
ask you
shot. I
because-
just can't find one.
Like we spoke, it ends the early pick 4, ends the early pick 5, starts the late pick 4.
Yeah, it's
so
so
if you're
crucial.
going to be right, you want to be right in this race. So
Right.
is there anybody else that you add besides those we spoke of?
To win, no. I don't see anybody else that can win. Now, for try players, maybe the 1 or 2 coming late, because Malibu Party's coming out of those route races, might pick up a 3rd hole or something. Vivian B's been proven to come late, so maybe one of those 2 can work their way off the fence, come flying down to be in the try if one of these speed horses. Because that's the thing with the 4 and 14, if they tussle, they can be out of the money.
Right.
Now if one gets cleared, and we're going to be screaming stop, or I'll be screaming stop the whole stretch. But I mean, in the pick 4 and 5, if you want to be safe, I think you just use all 4 of them horses, 4, 5, 6, and 14. If you want to cut one, maybe the 5, Workaholic, but then you're cutting the price out because
Yeah.
that horse is going to be 6 or 7 to 1.
Yeah, it's all about giving yourself the best opportunity to win, and you're playing against the player, so there's a lot of people going short here too. So
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of people that only have 4-14.
Right. Well, that's the ending leg of the pick 5, the ending leg of the early pick 4, and the starting leg of the late pick 4. So that takes us to race number 6. Race 6 is a filly 3-year-old Open 15 claimer, and this race, I think, is where you'll find Fat Ball Guy's best bet of the night. And who is that?
That is the 8 Rogue 2. Now, I hate giving out chalk, as a best bet because New Rue's going to be 5 to 1. But
I want to stop you though for real quick though, because some people have different opinions.
Right.
Best bet or most logical winner.
Exactly, and it means different to everybody.
Yeah, some people say the best bet means who you think's going to win. Some people think that it's value.
Right. It's to each his own with
Right.
that, and we can debate that for.
So we're going most logical winner on the night.
That's what I'm doing, and that's
Okay.
what I do at Fat Ball Guy. I mean, we're all about the percentages and how many winners we can give out to help the player, because ultimately
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, because ultimately, if I can average 30% and there's 10 races a day, if I can help somebody have 3 winners, then I'm helping them.
If you hit 300 in your career in MLB, you're going to the Hall of Fame.
To me, I'm helping them
Yeah,
now
you are helping
because I don't know what tries they're going to play and
Well.
what pick 3s they're going to pay and who they're going to single into pick 5 with their particular budget. Where there's other guys online, and I see it all the time, that'll put out 10 plays and hit 1 a week, and the horse paid $70, and they're like, oh well, my ROI is that. Yeah, but you broke everybody.
Right,
You,
getting
you
there.
handicapped 30 races, you won 1.
I'm like
you're
you, though.
breaking everybody.
I'm like you. You think this horse is your best bet of the night. I don't care
Yeah.
if he pays $4. You drop 2 on the ground, you pick up 4, you're going to do it every time. But what else you can do with that best bet, a lot of people is going to say, oh, respect Dan's opinion. This is his best bet of the night. Let's run him in the pick 3s. Let's
Right.
single him in the pick 4.
Well, people that follow me know 6.5. What do I like? Outside posts, right? I
Exactly.
like stalkers, speed, and turnbacks. This horse is a stalker with some speed, right? Turning back. just beat half the field. I mean, maybe a Stranger Danger, the 9 could upset the horse, but of the horses that just ran, I mean, he just beat the 1, just beat the 2, just beat the 6, just beat the 7, and he didn't just win, he won by 15,
Crushed.
and there was a lot of people that did not like this horse that day.
But you know what else? He won, and 5 horses in this race coming out of that race. He's right back in against his friend.
Right, he's in against the same horses.
Or she, rather, but.
Yeah, so when I looked at this race, I thought, well, she's going to sit about 3rd or 4th on the backside. When he lets her go, she's going to explode. She's going to run away from him. And the only horse I'm afraid of at all is the 9, and she's going to be probably 10, 15 to 1. I mean, that's just a complete, just hasn't run at this level kind of guess.
Right. Well, as far as the race goes for me, I'm using Road 2 on top as well. Obviously, I like her a lot too. And I was actually between her and the horse that I gave out for best bets. But I'm using the 9, you said. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you like her. You saw the race the way I did. My Time to Shine, she's my second choice. She's getting blinkers on. The last race, I just think she went out and got hooked, and she didn't want no part of the mile. She's turning back to 6.5 furlongs. She's going to show speed, and she's 12 to 1, and I was just looking for some value in behind the 8. I think she is the best of the rest anyway. And then for third, I'm going to go for number 10, and this is a complete. I was in between her and the 1. The 1's getting a 10-pound break in weight from the same barn as the guy we pick on top. And I like that a lot. Yeah. But, so I'm going to go for number 10, Love You Mari, for my third choice. What I like about this filly, if you go 2 back, she only got beat 8 lengths against the boys for a 15 non-2 level. And then she came back in a 1X. I think it was just too much. She's back in the 15, but she's in against fillies, and she's 20 to 1. I'm all over.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you're betting tries and exactas.
Yeah, exactly. That's
I mean, if you take 8 over 9-10 with all 8 overall with 9-10, I mean, you could get $150, $200 trifecta out of a probably 4 to 5 shot, maybe. I mean, I don't know if the horse will go to 1 to 2, but 4 to 5 is probably likely.
Well, there you go. Race 6, Dan's best bet comes in there. He goes 8, 6, 9. I'll go 8, 9, 10. Race fans, at this time, we're going to take a break, pause for the cause, as we honor America with our nation's anthem. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Turfway Park. Folks, at this time, we ask that you please rise, kindly remove your caps, as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Good evening, race fans. Once again, welcome into Turfway Park as we kick things off here in just about 26 minutes of post Rockin' Friday at the track. Naked Karate Girls will be here with Fan Appreciation Night. A lot going on with them. Also, the kids are welcome. They have a special show for the children as well. Also, Dollar Day here at the track. Plenty of drink and food specials, wagering specials, and, of course, live horse racing action highlighted by the featured 5th race the 37th edition of the Cincinnati Trophy. Race fans, if you open up your racing forms and programs, we'll go over tonight's late program changes. In the opener, start of the pick 5, scratch number 4, Via Savina. Via Savina scratch from race 1. In the second race, start of the pick 4, jockey change on the 1, Ali Grace, make it Louis Machado. Machado on the 1, Ali Grace. No changes in the third. If you'll turn to the fourth race on your scorecard, scratch number 2, Resurrection Road. Number 2, Resurrection Road has been withdrawn. Jockey change on the 8, Donna Tentacion, make it Azael De Leon. And also simply scratch the also eligibles, number 13, Golden Jasmine, and scratch number 14, Lady Leah. The fifth race tonight is the 37th edition of the $50,000 guaranteed Cincinnati Trophy Stake for the Philly 3-year-olds to go 6.5. Couple of changes. Number 2, Malibu Party, that rider 2 over. Scratch number 9, Fun Finder. There is an overweight on number 10, Stellar Stiletto, that jockey 1 over. Scratch number 11, Crafty's Dream. Scratch number 12, Thunderous Gem. Scratch number 13, Run on Energy. And be aware, the 14, Dreamboat Anna, she draws in off the also and will run. In the sixth race, overweight on number 2, Laser Lynn, the rider 1 over. And scratch number 4, Constancia. Number 4, Constancia out of race 6. No changes in race 7, the 8th and final with the high 5 wager. Made in Philly Mares 5 to go a mile. We'll scratch number 4, Queen Jean. Number 4, Queen Jean is out. Well, those are the changes at this time, race fans. 24 minutes to post. We'll head up back to the studio for the remaining odds couple segment. Once again, race fans, back up in the studio. We got through the first 6 races on the card. We have 2 remaining races and currently 23 minutes to post. Now, race 7 is a maiden Philly 3-year-old 6-furlong event. In this race, Dan, is, I believe, both of our long shot plays in here. So you have
it's
a long shot.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
First night of doing it, and they're both in the same race.
What I did like, though, we're always on top of each other. In this race, we have difference of opinions on our long shot plays. So we'll start with you. Your long shot play in here, Dan, is who?
The 7, Mother Queen, or Mother Ocean. I'm blind. Mother Ocean, the 7. And it's real simple for me. I like the price, obviously. The morning line was, 8-1 in the fine print here. I like the post. I like the speed. I like Uzi, and I know what he's going to do. Now, she may not be good enough, but I know turning for home that she should be either on the lead or a length or so off the lead, on the outside.
She's going to have every opportunity to win if she's
every
good enough.
chance to win, and there's too many other guesses in here. The one, Linda Rice's filly obviously can win, but she's stuck on the rail, right? You know, the 3, 3's not my kind of a horse. On the inside with speed, not going to make the lead. I don't, 3-1 is just not kind of my kind. The 4's a guess. You know, who knows, coming in from Belmont, going to be the favorite with a rider that hasn't won a race yet. So I think this is just the perfect race to take a shot.
Yeah, and you're going to get a price.
I'm taking all in the pick 4. I'm single in the 8, in the 6th. I'm taking all in here. It's real simple to me in the pick 4, and I'm hoping to catch a price here.
And his long shot play, once again, number 7, Mother Ocean. Race 7, you'll find my long shot play as well, as I spoke of. And I went for number 2, Tally Ho. She's a first-time starter by successful appeal out of a Forest Wildcat mare for Donnemeyer Farm. Rafael Mojica Jr. is up, and Tally Ho has a good series of works at Keeneland and comes in for Ben Colebrook. And Ben Colebrook does very well with young horses. You will see him every year at Keeneland with those babies. And he always has them ready in a race, like you said. There's a lot of variables, a lot of question marks. I just thought I'm going to take a shot with Tally Ho just on Donnemeyer, Colebrook, the breeding, and as my long shot play, she's 6-1 in race 7. Now, who do you like after that? Other horses I'm going to use, I'm going to use another horse on top of her. That was another 6-1. I was in between, but I think this horse may take a little action. But to the outside, Drury's Diva Day for Kendall Hansen. I'm going to use her on top just because connections, breeding, and of the horses that have ran, I was like you. The one is the only one I would like, but if she wasn't where she's at. Anybody else in here, I can't make. I'm really on the 3 first-time starters. I'm going to go 8-2, and for third, I'm going to use number 5, Quick Trip Money for Gary Sims. Hasn't started a horse here in quite some time, and maybe coming in for a reason. 10-1, I don't know, but the horse was working at the Spectrum. Now shows up to work at Skylight over in Goshen, Kentucky. She's the daughter of Munnings out of a Mizzen Mass mare. Those do like the poly, and she's 10-1. I'm going nothing but prices: 6-1, 6-1, 10-1 in here.
It's funny how different we are. But it just goes to show that, this is one of those races. You want to go with the 3 first-time starters, or I want to lean to the horses that have run.
Right.
The 7's got the 2 races. That's why I went to her first. But then my next 3 horses are the 1, the 4, and the 6, all 1-start horses.
We like those.
I like 1-start horses, so I was like, the 1 stuck on the rail but got a chance. The 4 is just the stranger danger. Has a chance, and then the 6 is nobody's going to play the 6. The 6 is going to be the longest shot on the board, Hope and a Dream, who would be my 4th selection. But again, I'm taking a bunch of them here, and my angle here is first-time Lasix. So maybe bled her first start, right? Was right on the pace all the way into the middle of the lane and got tired, but only got beat 3 lengths. So because of those 3 lengths, you're going to get 20-1.
Right.
What if the Lasix does her a heck of a job, and all of a sudden, she ran 6.5 last time too. This is 6.
Right. It's a perfect race, like you said. We're usually right on each other, and then this race we're completely different. But yet, you're going to go all anyway. So
right.
You can make. We both are making cases for different horses. So it's a good. It's a good betting race.
I'm just hoping the 4 or 3 don't win because they're going to probably be the favorites.
Right.
Unless the money comes in on one of these firsters, which it could. Drury gets bet.
Yes,
but English Channel going 6 is just kind of not my thing. But if he don't get bet and pays $15, I'll be happy.
Right. Yeah, I love those horses going long, especially here on the poly. So Now that takes us to the 8th and final. It's a super high 5 wager for a $1 base bet. Maiden filly mares, 5 claimers to race a mile. And in this 8th and final race, I end up going to the outside, number 10, True Simplicity, my top pick. She was a 3rd and a 2nd against 75 claimers, drops a little bit, and she's racing against a couple of horses we spoke on tonight already. Fun Sucker, who's in the opener, and True Simplicity, 7-2, well drawn. I think there's not a lot of speed into to the inside of her. I think Rodney Augusta out there a little bit. Get over, save some ground. I'm putting her on top on the class drop. Lady Creed, who I think has been begging for a route of ground. She comes rolling late every time, but she always gets in trouble, it seems like, leaving the gate.
Yeah.
And you'll see on the running line, at least 3 or 4 of her last 5 starts, in fact, she's had trouble at the gate, but she does have a good closing kick. I'm using her for 2nd. For 3rd, I went just because of the weight break at the route distance. Coming in from New York, number 2, Our Marika. The form isn't that much. 6 beat 19 links up there. Now, if that was a maiden 25 and not state breds, I would like her a lot. But it was state breds, and those New York bred bottom claimers could be kind of weak. But she's a new face. She gets a 10-pound break in weight. And after the top 2 I spoke of, I didn't like anybody.
I agree. I think the race on the 10 is completely hidden, even though she ran 2nd. Because when you look at that running line, the first thing you're thinking is, well, she just kind of ran around there, right? Didn't make the lead, didn't pass anybody, just kind of held 2nd. But then when you see what happened, look at Fun Sucker. Go back to the previous race that Fun Sucker's in, which is the first race, right?
Yeah.
7-5. And that was the race that Fun Sucker freaked and just took off and never looked back. So, she ran a really good race and has plenty of time off, 3rd off the layoff, the perfect post. There's no speed in here. This horse will either go to the lead or stalk. And I'm really close to singling this horse. Now, for the smaller players, the late pick 4, I'm taking 4, 5, 6, 14, right? We said that.
Right.
The 8 only, all in the next. And then even for the smallest of players, I'd take the 7 and 10, lean towards the 10 if you make extra tickets. But that don't cost that much. It's 8 times 4 is 32. It's $32. Right. If you can't spend $32 on a pick 4, you probably should bet the pick 3 or the double.
I agree.
I mean, that's a pretty late ticket. And then if you really want a single, just take the 10. It's only $16.
Right.
I mean,
It's a good value play.
yeah, and it's going to pay if you just don't catch the favorite in the 7th race. That's the key.
Yep, that's the key. Also, don't forget it, new to the track here at Turfway Park. Those of you tuning in, you can also follow along on a new thing called YouTube Live.
Yep.
Found out today we're going to be streaming on YouTube Live. Follow along for our show and our picks as well at YouTube Live. Well, that's the 8 races the way we seen it. Hopefully you have a wonderful evening. Don't forget the Naked Karate Girls are here. We'll be giving away a 55-inch TV.
Don't forget next week.
What is it?
I need some people to root for me.
Well, tell us about it.
I will not be here next week. Not that
Are
anybody
you going to be
cares.
in a place called Las Vegas?
I'm going to be in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas coming up next week. For those of you who don't know, it's the National Handicapping.
Yep, the NHC, the National Handicapping Challenge, and their championship, whatever. 700 of our best buddies, all going for the couple millions of dollars that they're throwing up. And yeah, you got to stab some long shots. Yeah, you got to get lucky, but somebody's going to win.
Might as well be you.
Now, I've already voiced my opinion, and I want everybody at Turfway to hear this.
Come on with it.
I am mad, and I think it's ridiculous that I can't play Turfway during the contest.
Really?
Nope, no Turfway. But yet all the guys on the West Coast can play Golden Gate. Where's Golden Gate any better than Turfway?
It's not.
It's not any better. It's not fair. To me, it's not fair.
Well,
and
maybe
I
we
think it's
can-
ridiculous. I wanted it on the air that I think it's ridiculous because that would be my advantage, right? Because
Exactly.
now I have to play against all these California guys that get to
they're
play Golden Gate that
In
I
their
never
own-
watch.
Yeah, right in their own backyard.
Exactly. It's just not, to me, that's just ridiculous. But
Well, listen.
I don't write the rules. I just get to go out there and have some fun. And
Well, hopefully you do
Hopefully-
good. Now you've
hopefully
cast
we-
the first stone. You've thrown it, so maybe we'll get some attention. And
yeah, maybe we can get
Get us
Turfway
out there.
in there. Get the pools up. Get Turfway out there. Now, I did get made fun of the last couple of years out there because you're allowed to bet real money on the side, obviously. And they all say, what are you doing? You come all the way to Vegas and you're sitting here betting Turfway.
why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't I? It's our home track. It's low takeout pick 4. I'm out there.
There's a-
I'm still going to bet Turfway.
Lot
I
of
just thought
upside.
just be in Vegas this time, and my picks are still going to be on FPG Mobile. I'm not going to hide them from anybody because I can't bet them in the contest anyway. So what's the difference?
Yeah, they're not going to hurt you.
Yeah, it's,
Well, that's what we're
So,
here to do.
there we
You're here
go.
to help
I'm
and
going to have some fun, and
go represent
some-
the Tri-State well.
Yep.
Will you be back with us tomorrow?
I will not. We got a UC game.
You see, go Bearcats, go Dan in Vegas. I'll be here tomorrow, and you will be back here tomorrow at just about 5:45. But 13 minutes to the opener, first of 8. Cincinnati Trophy tonight, Naked Karate Girls, dollar beers, dollar dogs, dollar bets, a lot of fun. Good luck.